On September 14, 1970, spectators watched a regular football game being played. For the University of Toronto and York University, this game sparked one of the most talked about rivalries in Canadian collegiate sport. The Red and Blue Bowl, as it's affectionately known, happens just once a year, and it's a game that most alumni and players look forward to more than any other regular season game.
Well, people say it's just another game, but to me, it's not just another game. It's been past years. People want to win this game. The York Lions always tell me rule number one is to beat UFT, so we will beat UFT.
So it's 2011. What brings you to this Red and Blue Bowl?
Oh, the Argo Cup. This is the battle for supremacy in Toronto between the two Toronto teams, and I wouldn't miss it. It's always very exciting. It's always a grudge match.
We want to defend our home turf, and that's our goal coming in. We want to win as many games as possible, and you know what? If U of T is looking past us already, I think they're in for a little bit of a surprise.
Biggest game this season, U of T and York. It's like a battle of the blades, battle of the Titans. We all got to kick it up a notch.
One of our mottos every year is, beat York. That's a one game that we want to win every single year because, it's the Battle of the Toronto, and it's something that I really enjoyed playing in.
Here at York Stadium, fans will witness a crosstown rivalry between the York Lions and the Varsity Blues at this year's Red and Blue Bowl. The Varsity Blues currently hold the series 25-16 and have won the last 3 games in a row. In the beginning, the Blues dominated the York Yeomen with a 13-0 win streak. Before that streak was finally snapped briefly in 1984. But they came back in 1987 and went on to win 9 straight Red and Blue Bowls. In 1992, the Toronto Argonauts donated a cup that was awarded to the winner of the Red and Blue Bowl. Jeff Johnson, the current running back for the Argos, hoisted the cup in each of his 4 years as a York Yeoman.
The fire of the guys around me, had a fire lit up in me that I didn't know I had because, I was a first-year guy and I was so nervous. It was my first game. I was starting the game, and they had a lot of energy about them that it gave me something, and I ended up playing real well, and it was because of those guys driving it in me. If I didn't, they would have killed me.
Teammate and York alumni Andre Dury competed in his first Red and Blue Bowl in 2003, where the now renamed Lions crushed the Blues in a 66-7 victory. Dury scored 4 touchdowns that game, a record that still stands in the Red and Blue Bowl. Do you ever check back to make sure that your record's still intact?
No, man. I hope someone takes it soon because we need to start building stuff at York University. So hope someone steps up and starts taking charge over there, and they start winning some games, getting on the win side of the season.
York went on a streak of their own, winning all the Red and Blue Bowls from 1996 to 2007. During that time, the Varsity Blues were in a sharp decline. A lone victory in 2001 snapped an 18-game losing streak, but it was nothing compared to the next 6 seasons, in which the Blues did not win a single game. Blues coach Greg Gary has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. This is the club's 150th anniversary for football. In that time, they've won a record 25 Yates Cups and 2 Vanier Cups. He's hoping a win will propel the Blues back into the dominant program they once were.
It starts over right now, and whatever happened in 2010 is really now in 2011 season, so it's different. We did have momentum, but now, come September 5th, it's a brand new season. Anything that happened last year was last year.
While the Blues just fell short of making the playoffs last year, the York Lions season ended winless for the 3rd straight year. Head coach Warren Craney was brought in from Quebec with an impressive resume and the daunting task of trying to rebuild a team that has never won a conference championship.
We couldn't sell our past. We had to sell our future, and that's what we did. We brought in a coaching staff the whole coaching staff have come from winning programs, and we made the athletes believe in our vision and that we were going to turn it around. There's always pressure to win, The alumni deserves to win. We didn't make them any promises, but you know what? We're going to make a good run at it.
Both coaches understand the pressure to win the Argos Cup, but neither are willing to make a prediction.
Yeah, look, you put me on the spot here, eh? You know what? I can guarantee you one thing. Toronto's in for a hell of a surprise.
Come on, man. No. Absolutely not. 0. We're going to show up. They're going to show up. We're going to play a football game.
No one can stop talking about the Red and Blue Bowl. It's hard to keep them focused because that's the game they really want to play. They're dying for that one.
There's nothing we're going to do different for York than anyone else, but guys, the players have their own level of intensity that they get to for that game. We're going to prepare the same way we have for Windsor, for Guelph, for York, all the way down the line. We don't change it, but we do realize there's a little extra emphasis on that game.
Both teams lost their home opener, but at this year's Red and Blue Bowl, one team will get their first W and the chance to hoist this year's Argos Cup. First half was dominated by defense and a lack of offense. The score at halftime, 4-0, reflected more of a hockey score than football. A QB change for the Lions in Dimitar Sevdin sparked a comeback in the fourth quarter. The Lions led by 1 thanks to a fluke field goal by
Here's
George
an
Davis.
attempt from the 41. Does it go through? It goes off the crossbar.
It's good.
It's good. They will count it.
Blues Gillis finally cracked the Lions' D and marched them down the field. With less than 1 minute and 30 inches to go, Blues coach Gary opted to go for a field goal, and his gutsy decision paid off as the Blues take their 4th straight Argos Cup.
I think that we were a little stagnant in the first half and third quarter for that matter. And I think it was a defensive battle.
During that field goal kick, how are you feeling?
I got to be honest with you, man. My gut was in a knot. Definitely, I was trying to get myself right. We had to make a decision either to go for the first or to kick the field goal. It's on me, and I made that call. And so if it doesn't happen, then I'm the guy.
Blues on me! Blues on me! 1, 2, 3, Blues!
What? 10-8, the lowest scoring game in Red and Blue Bowl history. The U of T varsity Blues squeak out a win in the final minute of the fourth quarter. The New York Lions are still in search of their first victory since 2007. For TO Campus Sports, I'm Brandon Rowe.